You know, and this was my first assignment as a Black Panther. The Tet Offensive in 1968 had gone off, and a lot of people started dying. And Seattle is closest to Vietnam. Fort Lewis is a maintenance place. It's a mechanical place. They repair vehicles and stuff. So they'd be flying this stuff. They'd fly broken equipment that needed repairs, and they'd fly the caskets. And somebody was putting their heroin in the caskets so they wouldn't get detected, and that heroin would end up on our streets. And this business section was controlled by one of the heroin dealers. There's one here, and there's one in Madison.
So Larry Ward came out of that era and then joined the Panthers?
Yes, but
he
unfortunately got hooked up with Curtis. And Curtis was sending people out on what we would term adventurous missions that weren't authorized. See, we weren't supposed to go out and snipe police. I was trained to do things, but we were never, thanks to Aaron and the other leadership, we were never directed to go out and if we were, there would have been a lot of dead cops, because I know how to shoot. I don't miss. But I wasn't trained to be pumping bullets through people.
Right.
That was as a defense mechanism. It wasn't to hurt, go out and hurt people.
Right.
And so we didn't do it. But when it came to protecting our office, by 1969, things had changed so much. Like I said, that old cadre of 300 plus Panthers was disappearing. And Curtis, as it was disappearing, he held half the rank and file membership in that second cadre. And when we finally had to kick him out in 69 because he set up Larry Ward and got involved in cocaine and all kinds of crazy stuff, sending people on bank robberies. This had nothing to do with our movement. We said we don't finance our movement by robbing banks. We go and raise our money. You can get rich white people to donate money, but robbing and shooting, we weren't there yet, and we knew that, you're not going to garner support running around using guns that way. People were already programmed to be scared of us. Guns, you couldn't just walk around with guns because you might scare the very people that you're trying to help. That's why we started the survival programs. We said, no, we're supposed to be helping the people and protecting them. So, Curtis, though, was off the hook. So, when he finally got kicked out, I remember that's when we must have had about 100 Panthers left, maybe 75 or 80 or something. And then, because this happened when I was a junior, and he pulled out, and all the people at Garfield, all of them, they were all followed Curtis. But they were lazy. I was doing the breakfast program. I became their section, their unit leader. I had about 10 people under me. They were all older than me. They resented that. They thought I was being coddled. And I was, in that I wasn't doing the crazy stuff. I was being trained. I was reading books. I was learning the theory of the Panther Party movement. And I was doing the survival programs. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do patrols. They finally just left. I said, okay. And so our numbers shrank down to very, very low at 69. But we were running all these programs. We got very well organized. We brought in community people. We taught political education classes. But this group of Curtis didn't want to do that. So they left. Left us very vulnerable. So we had to, our office, when we moved our office, we had to fortify it. Because otherwise the police would come in at any time, kill us, whatever. And they were starting to do that. So we started fortifying. We secretly fortified our office that year of '69, and that's where we ran our survival programs out of. We ran the office 24 hours a day and protected it 24 hours a day. And we got better and better and better at that. That was the cadre that built Seattle.